Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I wanted to check in for today's journal entry for December daily. The day is almost over, but I made it. I had to be at work earlier this morning, so I did not have time to do a video before I left. This page, don't laugh. So this is the simplest page yet in a way, and in another way it's not. I didn't know what I was going to do with this page. I wanted it to complement what's going on over here, and I had the thought of taking just this, show you, this white handmade paper with all the fibers in it, and I was going to tear out strips and try to make trees, just very crude trees with, I thought the white might make it look kind of like a snowy forest. And then once I got everything glued down, it just seemed like, it looked like somebody in kindergarten had just glued a bunch of white strips onto a page. So I wanted to make it look a little bit dark behind the trees, so I tried staining in between the branches, and that didn't help. I think maybe it helped a little bit, but not much. So I decided to try painting with some green paint to add some branches to the trees, and then it didn't look bad, but it looked tropical, and that is not what I want for this journal at all. So I thought, I'm just going to rip it up, and this is thick art paper. I figured it could handle losing a layer or two of paper. So I pulled everything out, and then I took my old standby, a little bit of water and distress ink, and I painted over the page. Some of the places where I actually left out something that I did, not on purpose, but one other thing I had tried was to, once I got the green on there and it looked so tropical, I tried going over everything with white paint, and it was just a mess. So when I pulled it up, there were some spots where the white paint remained, and it didn't take the stain as much as just the plain paper did. So I put some Mod Podge on those areas and used this really pretty glitter that I have. Someone who, it has been so many years ago, we used to comment on each other's blogs, and she's very artistic. She sent me this, and it was one of the first things that I used when I was starting to do art and mixed media, kind of at a hard stage in my life. So I love that, and I'm surprised I have so much left. It's really, really fine. But I love the way this turned out. It's just, I've learned one thing. I'm not afraid to rip something off of a page, because if nothing else, it adds texture. I think it looks more now like the forest I was envisioning than it did when I was trying to intentionally make it look like a dense forest. So, like it or don't like it, I'm totally open to either one of those things. Art, after all, is, it truly is what it means to the person looking at it. So it can be good and bad at the same time. I just stamped two words that I love together, and that's be kind. I could do a much better job at employing this in my life, and I just love those words. I've used those before in journal pages, and it's the end of a long day. I didn't feel like writing a long entry. I've had some long conversations today on the phone, on my breaks after work, with things that needed to be attended to, so it felt good just to stamp these two words and be done. And I think that's the beautiful thing about taking the pressure off and just doing what happens. I learned from this page. So that's December 8th, and happy birthday to one of my viewers out there. You know who you are, and I have not forgotten about our project. So I will close. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.